Well, hi everyone. I am back here in the KOIN Now booth with the general manager of the Seaside Aquarium, the beloved Seaside Aquarium, Keith Chandler. Hi, and welcome into this chat here.
Hi, Kelly. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I love your view there. I can see some fishies swimming behind you. You mentioned you are in the actual aquarium right now.
We are. We open in a few minutes, so hopefully there won't be a lot of screaming people in our background, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I love this. It's kind of like an inception because I'm looking into your screen like a fishbowl, and then you have a fishbowl behind you. So it's kind of funny. Well, I mean, I think people know so much about the aquarium. They know it's at Seaside, which is one of the most popular beaches. It's so close to Portland, it's easy to get to. I'm just curious first how you became the general manager of the aquarium. Are you, someone who studied fish, have just worked in the sector for a while? Tell me your backstory.
Well, I pretty much grew up in Seaside, and after being in the restaurant business for a while, I wanted to find a job that I enjoyed. So I started working here when I was 21 and just absolutely love it and haven't left.
Yeah, that's awesome. It is such a great city. It's, a small city feel, but you got a lot going on. I love the downtown area, and I haven't actually been to the aquarium yet. I got to get out there. I've just been out to the sand to enjoy it. I've gone clam digging out there several times, and that is such a fun thing to do. But as one of the oldest aquariums on the West Coast, have you guys tried to preserve that history at all at the aquarium? How are you guys doing that?
Well, we do. The aquarium actually, the building started out as a saltwater swimming pool. It was opened in 1924, and that business didn't survive the Depression, and it was reopened in 1937 as the aquarium. So yeah, we have a lot of the feel from that era. It's a smaller, older aquarium, but I mean we keep the general feel of 1937 in here. Obviously, we've upgraded a lot of the plumbing and the electrical, all that technical stuff, but the feel is the same as it was in 37. A
Yeah,
lot of the
it's
fish are different. The fish don't usually last that long.
well, I do love how you guys have a whole bunch of seals, right? Isn't that something that folks can do to engage with animals? They can feed the seals. There are so many that they can see. It's just such an awesome aquarium to really engage with the seals.
Yeah, the seals are probably our number one attraction because of the fact that the people do get to engage with them. And actually the seals get to engage with the people. That's probably a better way to describe it. When we were forced to be closed down for COVID, the seals were bored. I mean, they had us, but it's just us. They miss seeing all the people. They enjoy the interaction as much as the people enjoy the interaction with them.
Yeah, that is awesome. I haven't really seen a seal up close, but I guess this is the place to be. What are other exhibits and features that you guys have at the aquarium?
Well, we have a wide variety of local sea life, a lot of different kinds of rockfish, eels, several different kinds of perch, an octopus. The octopus is probably the second most popular exhibit that people enjoy.
The octopus. I know, aren't they actually incredibly smart creatures? So,
They're
so
they're
amazing to
pretty
see
they're
them.
pretty smart creatures, but one of the things that people don't realize about octopus is they have an incredibly short lifespan. In the wild, they only live 3 to 4 years, kind of like a salmon. They go 3 or 4 years, they spawn, and then they die after their spawn. So that's our biggest challenge is the fact that they're such short-lived creatures. Some of the rockfish we've had here 25 years. Rockfish live a real long time, and octopus just don't live that long.
Wow. So how long would it take for, a family to go through the entire aquarium? How long should people expect to stay at the aquarium?
I'd say the average visit's about a half an hour, but it depends on the people. I mean, if we get some real fish nerds, like you're a weather nerd, we get fish nerds in here. We have a lot of cool fish that you can spend a lot of time looking at. And if you get your hand stamped, it's good all day. So if you need to go out, have lunch, and come back and feed the seals again, you certainly can.
That's so awesome. I love aquariums. One of the coolest aquariums I went to had a walrus in it. And pretty incredible to see a walrus that close. That was when I was in Korea and we went to an aquarium over there. But yeah, I'm sure you guys don't have walruses in this one.
No, no. But I think Point Defiance still has their walrus. They've
Wow.
had walrus. Yeah.
That is awesome.
That's up in Tacoma, of course.
Right. So tell me a little bit about some of the conservation efforts that you guys do. I feel like I'm always seeing, your crew out there on the sand, saving animals and posting pictures. Do you guys do a lot of rescues or, hold animals and make sure they're back to health before releasing them again?
Well, you're right. Our crew is out there, but we work with the Marine Mammal Stranded Network, and it's with the marine mammals. It's really not rescue that we do. We try to keep humans out of the equations. Like 98% of the animals on the beach are fine, and they just need to be left alone. There are very, very few things as far as marine mammals go that we will bring in for rehab. The northern fur seal is probably the only one because they're on the endangered species list. But harbor seals, sea lions, they just need to be left alone so they can get better. Keeping humans out of the equation is our goal on that. Now, with turtles, we will bring turtles in and try to get them to other facilities for rehab because turtles aren't supposed to be on the beach around here. Marine mammals are.
Yeah. How much of your staff are, I guess like scientists or conservationists or folks who, really handle those matters?
Well, most of what they learn right here on the job. It's
Hmm.
it's it's pretty common sense stuff that we do, but being involved is the most important part. And we work with people that are like we don't rehab the turtles here, but we get them to people that do.
Hmm.
We're a privately owned aquarium. It's kind of hard to fund all that without a lot of public dollars.
Right. Um, what do you think is the most fun exhibit or tends to surprise visitors the most when they head there? Would it be maybe the octopus or is it the seals?
As far as surprising people, I mean, the seals and octopus are the most popular, but when people find out when they see our pipefish exhibits, which that really surprises people. Pipefish are like a cousin to the seahorse, and we have them here in our local area. So when people see the pipefish, they're amazed that we have something that cool here locally. Because you think of seahorses, they're mostly tropical, but
Huh.
yeah, pipefish is what surprised people the most.
And you say those look like seahorses?
Well, they kind of do. They got a seahorse face, but they
Okay.
don't, wind around stuff. They're kind of long and skinny, look like a blade of grass, and they hang out in the eelgrass in the bays. And like seahorses, the males have the babies. So that really fascinates a lot of women,
Yeah.
and it scares a lot of men.
What is some of the most interesting critters or creatures that have come to the aquarium in the past years or decades in your mind?
We haven't had a lot of new things. I mean, it's the same things we get all the time. Trying to think of anything that have come. Every once in a while, we'll get an electric ray from a fisherman, and those are pretty bizarre. I've only seen a few of those. There's another fish out there that we rarely see. Is called a sandfish. They bury themselves in the sand, and I don't know. They're kind of rare. It's cool to get those.
That's awesome. Gosh, I need to definitely go visit. And it seems like it's such a child friendly place. You know, lots of learning for kiddos, and I'm sure they are just beaming at all of the fish. You know, in all of the aquariums, just learning about so many new animals. Is it? Do you guys have a lot of folks walking around, kind of sharing information? How does that work?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. So what we try to do is we try to make sure people have fun, but learning things at the same time is a great way to do it. One of the things we've developed over 30 of these. We call them our beach discover cards. It talks about things they'll find out on the beach. It all started off with our first discover card was on diatoms. I don't know if you've been to the beach and you've looked out. Sometimes the surf is just really dark brown, and it looks like oil. It looks like pollution. Well, people were coming in wondering why the beach was so polluted. So we developed this card about the diatoms. It's a natural bloom out there that it's actually what razor clams feed on. So I know that would make you happy. So so,
Yes.
so we started with that Discover card and have gone on and done, 30 other ones about things they'll find on the beach. The little sea jellyfish that wash up, just sand dollars, all kinds of things. They can take these cards with them. So when they're out on the beach, they can actually learn something.
Oh, that's super awesome. I love that. You know, just making it family friendly and enjoyable, and informative for all. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about the city of Seaside and some of the things that you like to do, maybe out on the sand. So we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I've got Keith Chandler, the general manager of the Seaside Aquarium, with me, and he's just going over the place, what to expect, what is new there this summer, and some fun critters and creatures that you can see at the aquarium. But Keith, I want to know more about the city of Seaside. You've been a resident nearly your whole life, you said, and or your whole life, and it is such a fun city to go to. So, what else do you like to do in town?
Well, Seaside offers a wide variety. The best thing, I might, make some other people angry that have businesses, but it's the beach.
Right.
I mean, it's because the beach is so easily accessible. And what makes it accessible is the prom, the walkway that goes all the way down the beach. You can access the beach from the end of any street along the prom. So there's, 30 different places you can get onto the beach, and it's set up for for it's easy access from strollers to wheelchairs. It's and Seaside also has a couple Moby mats on each end of the prom where people with challenges to get on the beach can get out there and enjoy the beach. So that I'm really proud of the fact that the city did that. Other things in town, there are a lot of things downtown. There are a lot of things for kids. There's arcades. There's a carousel. There's a lot of shops, a lot of really good restaurants. And for the older crowd, we have a couple breweries in town. So, and we have some people in the aquarium right now having a great time. You can hear them in the background.
Yeah. Thank you again for doing this interview while you guys are opening up this morning. So, doing the people's work there. Yeah, I agree. Seaside is great. One of my favorite things is bringing my dog to the beach. It's just so open. And, you know, there are some other parts of the coastline that are more rocky, like further south to like Florence. There are some really cool tide pools out in portions of like the Seal Rock area. I was just out there a few weekends ago, and again saw a whole bunch of different types of views there in those tide pools. So very cool. But one of my favorite things about Seaside, I think, would be pronto pups. Are you a fan of pronto pups?
Yes, I imagine you would like hot dogs. There's also a shop downtown called Slushies and Dogs. So
Okay,
that's more if
my
um
speed.
and actually on the south end of Seaside where the Cove is, there are some tide pools there too that
Okay.
that aren't as well known. And Seaside is a dog friendly town. The
Yeah.
aquarium is dog friendly. Come here, Heidi. Come here. Come here.
Oh,
Come here.
the
Come here.
aquarium is dog friendly? No
I,
way.
I
Let
was
me
trying to get
see
my dog
this.
come up here to show you, but she's not cooperating. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
all
we're
right.
dog friendly. So we don't like people leaving their dogs out in the car. So if you have a friendly dog, we're dog friendly.
That is awesome. I love that. I think what's great about Seaside is just the expansive sand and the amount of pockets that you can just pick a spot and hang out there all day, walk right into town. Of course, your guys' aquarium is right on the promenade, right? So it's really accessible,
Correct.
easy to
Right
get
at
to.
the end of Second Avenue.
At the end of Second Avenue. Yeah, Seaside is just so fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about the aquarium before we take off here?
Yeah, one other thing I forgot to mention, there's something we do the first Saturday of each month called Treasure the Beach, where we do a beach cleanup. I mean, Solve does two big ones a year and it's great, but we found the need to do them more often. So we the first Saturday of each month we run a beach cleanup out of the aquarium. Or if you're in town on a Wednesday and you want to clean up the beach, we'll help you. We won't stop you. We can always get you the supplies that you need if you want to go out and clean the beach.
Yeah, it's always good, to put in a little bit of volunteer work and take care of the places that you love. We work with Solve often here at Coin Six, cleaning up places around Portland, and we've also done a lot of beach cleanups too in the recent past. So, it's just so nice to be a steward of the environment and clean up the coast. There's so many visitors every single year. I'm sure you guys were very busy over the 4th of July.
The aquarium wasn't that busy, but the beach was,
Okay,
and we had a really big cleanup on the 5th of July. A
right.
lot of people showed up, and a lot of them are from the metropolitan area that come down to do our beach cleanup. So it's they feel like they have a ownership in the beach here because they spend a lot of time on it. So there's a lot of good people out there that help out.
Yeah. And I love all the events that Seaside does too, like the volleyball tournament. They had like a big corgi day recently, right? Wasn't there? I'm
Yeah,
sure
the
you see
the
all those
Corgi
events.
the Corgi Beach takeover was in June, and then in the weekend after Labor Day is the dachshunds. The dogs that we have you'd like there's a whole bunch of wiener dogs. So thousands of them are out there racing on the beach. So
If you haven't noticed or realized yet, I was in the hot dog competition for Coin Six, and I won. I ate 6 hot
oh,
dogs, and
you owned it. You
I
didn't win. You
owned
owned
it
it.
in less than 4 minutes. I had to take back that title from Travis Tyke, and yeah, Keith keeps, giving me some crap about it. So I love that. Pronto pups, I'm on the way. Awesome, Keith. Is there anything else? I mean, you mentioned how great it is to get to the aquarium. Such a fun time for
No,
friends
I,
and
I think
family.
I think we're good. I'm starting to get a lot of people in here. I'm having a
Okay.
hard time hearing you. So
Okay. You are
so thanks
busy.
thanks for this opportunity.
Yes, absolutely, Keith. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you next time.